Hey guys, Richard at Writing's Room here. My review of my latest Star Wars books in the shed. I was doing it outside, but I maybe is making loads of noise. You can probably catch it during parts of this vid. And yeah, the ferrets are, as you can see in the video somewhere. They'll keep jumping up there, hear my voice. So to it then. So I've done two books recently since my last review session. Here they are. So this is the first one, Children of the Jedi, Callister 1, and this one I'm doing in a separate video, Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina. And then my current book, I don't know if I'll bother doing a review because I haven't done for any of the Gears of War books, but I should have done. That's the next one. I'm based in Star Wars. Sci-fi, we'll call it, because I've been reading Warhammer books, but need a break from Warhammer because some of them are massive, and I figured I mean similar, so Gears will do quite nice book 2, and then children/family book for book 3, e.g. Hunger Games, and then it's a last of my Colin Dan the Sea Cats trilogy. So yeah, they're next. But back to the point of this vid then. So, Children of Jedi, or Callister Trilogy 1 as they call it, which you can see that's her next to a very model looking Luke, with his episode 4 look, without the face damage no doubt. Yeah, ooh, this is dodgy. So, like Crystal Star, I figured I'd give it a go just to see if the book's as bad as they say. And yeah, it was. Crystal Star was terrible, but like I said in pre-video, it's not offensively bad like, say, Karen Travis's work with the Republic Commando books, particularly the anti-Jedi stuff she comes up with, or even Sacrifice of the Legacy of Force trilogy of books she got to write. Yeah, Mando obsession, etc. But Sacrifice is terrible. They disrespect Tim Vizan's characters as well, same as book 8, Revelation. So yeah, those are offensively bad Star Wars, whereas Crystal was just bad Star Wars. And yeah, this fits into just bad Star Wars. So again, this is in the early days, so 8 years after Return of the Jedi, it says. It kind of falls into that problem. This is kind of why I gave up on X-Wing Starfighters Vegemite, even though I've since rebought it to try it again. You kind of know everything's happening, and what's the point? And that's a similar thing with this. So Callister is Luke's first true love, unless there's some girl on Tatooine we didn't know about from his teen years. Also in this book, it says Luke was 18 in New Hope when he was 19. So okay, there's a mistake going there. Yeah, that's kind of the problem then. So, see, Luke is with, spoilers for the whole EU, anyone who's watched these vids or knows the EU knows what's coming. So, anyway, if you don't know what happens, you go see who Luke's next girlfriend is, stop watching. But if you do know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, spoiler, it's Mara Jade. So Mara Jade appears in this book. She appears with Han and Leia for a little bit, but that's it. But yeah, Luke falls in love with Callister, so basically she's like the spirit inside a ship, a dreadnought called the Eye of Palpatine, and she basically died putting her consciousness into it to stop it from working and committing mass murder. And as her spirit makes contact with Luke, he seems to be having scenes where you can picture her there, and they'll do things like kiss her, it's a bit mad, think the Doctor Who episode, the name of the Doctor, when the Doctor's able to sort of see River and he's able to kiss her goodbye, and there's since no one else can see you, God knows how that looks. It's a similar thing. But in the end, Luke's got a couple of apprentices with him. They're just kind of there and they die, and Callister basically goes into the body of one, and that body changes to match hers. So Luke, deeply in love, leaves her at the end. They head back to Yavin. So yeah, it's nice I saw with Luke finding love, and I'm glad it wasn't Mara immediately. I mean, I don't think anyone fought in The Last Command. They were instantly setting relationship up. They were leaving Sawyer's allies. That does happen, but well after this. That's the Hand of Thorn droid. Essential Legends, print the bloody Hand of Thorn duology. Nothing was more essential than the end of the Empire. So yeah, that's the main story in this. Luke meeting the woman called Callister, who goes from her consciousness inside a ship to an actual human body. So yeah, it's a nice enough story, but I was skipping so much. I probably skimmed after reading the first stuff with Leia and Han, put all that stuff just to the Luke chapters, and even then some of it weren't that great. But yeah, not a good start. I know people said you can skip this and just start on Darksaber, because Darksaber's book 2, written by KJA for some reason. Kim Jensen, who did the Jedi Academy trilogy books. Maybe Barbara Hambly just couldn't do all 3, and he got given the middle story. It seemed a bit odd, but hey, look at the mess Disney Star Wars with 3 film. No, actually no. Original plan was 3 writers, but we got 2 writers. In the end, J.J. Abrams, Ruan Johnson, and yeah, J.J. Abrams again for part 3. So basically what I'm doing, Ken Jensen did part 2, which went in a totally different direction. From what, as in, this is all about a follow-up to Jedi Academy trilogy. So yeah, Luke's going back to Yavin, so we'll see his academy. But yeah, from what I've read of Darksaber, spoilers, it involves, well, the summary on the back of the book, Kip, super weapons, Darla, Pelion, etc. So a lot of people did say you can read that first, but just it gives you a summary of who Canister is. But I thought, nah, I'd rather read this one first. Maybe, if book 1 turns to be so bad, I definitely need to read something else before going back to book 3, Planet Twilight, which a guy on my Instagram list hates more than this. Well, if that's as bad as it is, at least I could break it down with book 2 feeling totally different. So yeah, that's my next one. So that's pretty much it. Mara does show up at some point. Han and Leia there. They got the children with references to other stuff like Winter. Luke's at the time at Jedi Academy, where Gantoris is like basically a pile of scorched dust at the end. Kip is possessed by Exakun and all of that stuff. Suncrusher gets destroyed. Although in this book they mentioned Luke destroying Suncrusher. He didn't. It was Kip. He basically crushed his body up so he could combine the Suncrusher and the Death Star prototype together and escape, which he did. But this book talks about how Luke, all the things he did, like the Dark Empire comic, for example, and how he destroyed the Suncrusher. He didn't. So did she not know that? But who knows? But yeah, so overall it's a pretty poor book. But hell, I didn't mind skimming through most of it. It meant I had it done in like 4 days, which is great because yeah, Darksaber's next, which I'll be reading right around the time of my birthday. But most importantly, Gears of War book next. The final Gears of War books, I'll do a review on that, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, that is it. So next video review will be for Tales 3. Be a while till Tales 4. I'll go into more into that next vid. But hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.